This OG named weapon just got scary again, and this build proves it. What's good, Kryptonian Gaming? We're back with another banger. Today I'm breaking down a build around one of the original named weapons in the game. I've paired it with one of my favorite gear sets and the new season's Mutiny gear, and the results speak for themselves. The new companion and modifiers, they're not perfect, but they add a fresh layer to the gameplay, and this build takes full advantage of it. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe, drop a like, and turn on notifications so you won't miss another video. Let's get into it. Alright, let's kick things off with the modifiers. For my active, I'm running quick fix, straight value, keeps the build stable and aggressive. On the passive side, I'm using system integration, extra measures, and easy targets. These work together to boost efficiency, apply consistent pressure, and make enemies easier to deal with across the board. Simple setup, strong synergy, no wasted slot, the medic companion. Weapons, I'm running the name SMG slingshot. It's clean, aggressive, submachine gun, and the real value comes from the talent killer. When you drop an enemy with a critical hit, you get 70% critical hit damage boost for 10 seconds. That means once this build starts rolling, the damage just snowballs. You secure one kill and everything after that melts faster. High risk, high reward, but when you're landing crits, this thing absolutely eats. Now for the star of the show, the OG named weapon, Invisible Hand. This is an AR, like I remember back when it first came out. This is like one of the first named weapons. This thing comes with the perfect Allegro talent, giving you a 15% increase rate of fire. Simple on paper, but in practice it's a massive DPS bump. More rounds downrange, faster procs, and constant pressure on targets. It's old school for a reason. Reliable, efficient, and still very relevant when you build around it properly. Now for this weapon, it needs stability, so the mods are all about control. For the optic, I'm running the rugged mini reflex sight for extra critical hit chance. On the mag, the balance spring 5.56 gives me 30% stability, huge for keeping shots tight. For the underbarrel, I'm using the angled grip, another 30% stability, which really tames the recoil. And on the muzzle, the 5.56 muzzle brake adds 5% critical hit chance to round things out. The goal here is simple: maximum control without sacrificing crits. More stability means more hits, and more hits means higher DPS, especially with perfect Allegro pushing the rate of fire. For my pistol, I'm running quick step. Pretty much everyone is rocking this right now, and for good reason. It lets you move around the map fast and stay efficient between fights. The talent is sport mode, which gives you 20% movement speed. That bonus does not stack with other movement speed buffs, but on its own is more than enough for repositioning, flanking, and keeping momentum. Utility pick, no debate. Now for the gear set, I'm running Heartbreaker, easily one of my favorite sets in the game. With 2 pieces, you get 15% assault rifle damage and 15% LMG damage. At 3 pieces, you pick up 15% weapon handling, which helps keep everything controlled and consistent. At 4 pieces, you unlock the Heartstopper talent. Landing headshots applies pulse for 5 seconds, and every hit on a pulsed enemy builds stacks of 1% bonus armor and 1.1% weapon damage per stack, up to 50 stacks. If you stop hitting pulse targets, the stacks decay at 2 stacks per second. This set rewards accuracy and sustained fire. Keep your shots on target, keep enemies pulsed, and the build ramps up fast. Heartbreaker pairs with Invisible Hand because both reward sustained fire and consistency. Invisible Hand's perfect Allegro gives you 15% increased fire rate. More RPM means more bullets landing in less time. Heartbreaker doesn't care about burst damage, it cares about hits on pulsed enemies. Every extra round is another chance to build or refresh stacks. Invisible Hand accelerates the entire loop. You're not waiting for damage to spike, it's always on, scaling as long as you stay engaged. This is how the pairing works. Perfect Allegro increases hit frequency, Heartbreaker converts hits into survivability and DPS. Stability mods keep recoil in check so RPM doesn't work against you. Bottom line, Invisible Hand feeds Heartbreaker, Heartbreaker protects and amplifies Invisible Hand. It's a self-sustaining system, not a gimmick. That's old school Division design done right. Simple mechanics, brutal efficiency. Now let's get into the Heartbreaker's backpack talent, which is cold. This increases the bonus armor gain per Heartstopper stack from 1% to 2%. That's a straight upgrade. Every stack hits harder defensively, giving you significantly more survivability while the build ramps up. While you combine cold on the backpack with max BPM on the chest, Heartbreaker stops being just a damage set and turns into a tank DPS hybrid that can just stay in the fight without folding. That's the backbone of the build. More stacks, stronger stacks, longer uptime. Now, the chest piece is max BPM. This talent increases the maximum Heartstopper stacks from 50 to 100. That's double the potential, more bonus armor, more weapon damage, and way more staying power in sustained fights. This is what turns Heartbreaker from good to end game viable. The longer you stay on target, the stronger you get. No tricks, just scaling pressure. To round this out, I went with the brand new brand set, Unit Alloys. Solid addition, and it fits this build perfectly. With 2 pieces of Heartbreaker, you already get 15% assault rifle damage. Now layer in 2 pieces of Unit Alloys, which adds another 20% assault rifle damage. That puts you at 35% assault rifle damage before talents even kick in. Where this really gets interesting is rate of fire. Perfect Allegro on Invisible Hand gives you 15% rate of fire. 2 pieces of Unit Alloys gives you 5% rate of fire. And the Name Alloys holster gives you another 5% rate of fire. And Invisible Hand, one of the attributes on it is 4.6 to 5% rate of fire. Altogether, you're sitting at around 25% rate of fire, stacked on top of high AR damage and Heartbreaker scaling. The takeaway is simple. Higher RPM equals more hits equals faster Heartstopper stacks, faster stacks equals more armor and more damage. This isn't flashy theory crafting. It's stacking fundamentals the game already rewards and letting the numbers do the work. That's why this build feels nasty once it gets rolling. Everything feeds everything else. The skills, and these are chosen with purpose. First up, I'm running the Tactician Drone. The drone pulses enemies from above, which lets me land hits immediately and activate Heartbreaker stacks without having to rely on close range setup. It keeps enemies marked, keeps stacks building, and keeps the build rolling. My second skill is Fortified Smart Cover. This is my safety net. It gives me an extra bonus armor on demand, which stacks on top of Heartbreaker's bonus armor. If things get hectic, I drop cover, stabilize, and stay in the fight instead of retreating. The synergy is straightforward. Drone keeps enemies pulse activates Heartbreaker, Heartbreaker builds armor and damage, Smart Cover backs me up when pressure spikes. No wasted slots, every skill supports uptime and survivability. If you out, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next build or update. More Division 2 content is on the way. Let me know in the comments what build you want to see next, and if you're running something similar, I want to hear how it's working for you. This is Kryptonian Gaming. I'll catch you in the next one.